Senator Reiser now calls Senate Bill number 499 by Senator Reiser. It is an act to amend Title 39 relative to issuance of debt by political subdivisions.
Senator Reiser.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to just go over a layman's view of this bill, and then I'll go more in detail with it. Right now, if you have a contract with a local municipal government, a governing body, you have a contract, a written contractual agreement, whether they owe you money, whether it be $100 or $100 million, they have the option that there's no remedy if they decide not to pay you. There's nothing you can do at the end of the day. What this does is prohibits, the remedy to it now will be that if you have an unpaid contractual agreement upon final judgment, and I'll go into that in a second, it prohibits the State Bond Commission, that will be the remedy. This prohibits the State Bond Commission from approving bonds, notes, or other indebtedness of political subdivision against whom there is an unpaid final, once again final, once non-appealable judgment issued by the court of competent jurisdiction for the amounts owed or services performed. Members, this came out of committee. It came out without objection. We talked about 2 or 3 different things. We talked about what was the true intent of the bill. The true intent of the bill is for contractual agreements which has been budgeted by a municipality or a governing body. It does not include judgments on torts. We addressed that. We talked about judgments between employees. It does not include that. It deals only with final judgments. Remember, what's a final judgment? That's as far as you can take it. That's the Supreme Court of the land of Louisiana, Louisiana Supreme Court. The other issue that came up is that, well, we don't want it to be retroactive. Well, I addressed that also. It goes now with its judgments that have not been ruled final. Ladies and gentlemen, as you move through this, it seems kind of like me dealing with my 19-year-old daughter, negotiating with her about cleaning up her room. If I'll just do one more thing, Daddy, I'll go clean the room. Well, it seems like I'm doing everything on my part, but still asking me to do more. And I just can't quite get there as far as any more negotiations. This is a matter of whether you believe you should pay your bills. I want you to imagine each one of you, if you yourself had money owed to you, you had a contractual agreement, and think of it personally. And I know that you had a lot of you lobbied, and I know that you're going to have amendments that come up and say, take my parish out, Senator Reiser, I don't want it in there. Well, have you had any of your contractors come to you and ask you that? If you had one, I want to come here. I want to hear who it is. If you hadn't had that, well, fine. But I think what you've had is a lot of people have been misinformed on this. 97% of the local governing bodies pay their bills. We're talking about 2%, 2 or 3%. That's what the opposition testified into in committee. If there ever was, I wish Senator Hebert was here today, because if there was ever a little man bill for someone to get the protection, this certainly is it. I don't see a question. No, I'm sorry, Mr. President. I see a question.
Yes, sir. Senator Gallo.
Senator Gallo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Reiser, are you aware of this being an issue or a problem of unpaid judgments in Rapides Parish?
No, as I said in my opening remarks, I think 97% of them do cover in their testimony to the opposition to this bill. They did say that 97% do. Now, I'm not aware of a case in Rapides Parish, but you can enlighten me if so.
Have you heard from the Rapides Parish police jury asking not to be a part of this legislation?
If I have, I hadn't read it. I mean, that could have very easily been, Senator, but I have not seen that.
All right, and you're not aware of any unpaid judgments in Natchitoches, Grant, Wynn, Jackson, Bienville, or Lincoln parishes, are you?
No, and I think you make a good point. I think most people are honorable and pay their bills and realize when you make a contractual agreement, it is a contractual agreement. So these people should have no opposition to this other than being misinformed about that other people are hindering their ability and giving them a bad name.
And when negotiations break down between you and your 19-year-old about cleaning the room, you don't take it out on the other kids, do you?
I take it out on the individual as a whole. I only have one 19. I got a 23-year-old that's not under this legislation that I've proposed to you, and I intentionally did not use her name. She's a 19-year-old. I do have enforceability over her.
All right, Mr. Secretary, you have some amendments on this bill?
We have amendment.
All right, sir.
Let me see here. Later. First set of amendments sent by Senator Mills, set number 2605. 2605.
Senator Mills.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of the following parishes, we would like to be excluded from this legislation. St. Martin Parish, Iberia Parish, St. Mary, Acadia, St. Landry, Vermilion, Vernon, Beauregard, Calcasieu, Cameron, Washington, Tangipahoa, St. Tammany, Lafayette, Livingston, St. Helena, Jefferson, Gretna would also, Central, Avoyelles, Allen, Evangeline, Richland, Madison, Morehouse, East Carroll, Tensas, Caddo, Bossier, DeSoto, and East Baton Rouge. So I'd like your consideration on this amendment, and I see a question.
All right, so Senator Murray, a question?
Senator, I'd just like to know if you would withdraw and resubmit to add Orleans Parish there as well.
I would be proud to.
What is Orleans? What's the numbers we need?
What's your population total? All right, Senator Clayton, you had a question?
What's Orleans?
Anyways, Senator Martini, a question?
Give me see.
Senator Mills, I see that your amendment would exempt Jefferson Parish, and I believe you also mentioned the city of Gretna.
Yes.
Would you have any problem putting in there, or as to the parishes that are exempt, and any political subdivision or municipality located in those parishes? It's in the amendment. So Heitmeyer just got you to put Gretna in there specifically too. I got you. So they're exempted as a city, and they're also exempted as Gretna.
Want to make extra sure.
Senator Amadei? Senator Amadei, you had a question? All right, sir. We'll wait till we get to the bill then. All right. Senator Clayton, you had a question now on the amendments?
Let's see what we get.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Mills, unfortunately, it sounds like I'm sort of on your wavelength on this go-round. I have an amendment that accepts everybody out except Livingston Parish. Would you be in favor of that one?
So it would be a bill specific to Livingston Parish?
Well, it accepts everybody out but Livingston.
I'm fine with that.
All right, so Senator Mills, what's your pleasure? You want to withdraw it and resubmit, or
We'll craft it a little bit better, Mr. President.
Well, all right. Now, in the meantime, the instrument's still on the floor. Senator Erdy, you wanted to ask Senator Mills a question? We'll have to get some cooperation from Senator Raza to have this happen, or one of you going to have to make a motion. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. You just talked with Senator Clayton about leaving Livingston in, is that correct?
You know, I kind of forgot. No.
Well, I'll have my own amendment if that pleases you, sir.
I totally understand.
You might want to consider some Mississippi counties while you're doing it, too. Senator, you want to return it, let them... Senator Raza, do you want to return it or voluntarily, or do you want one of them to make a motion for you?
I'm good right now.
So,
I got all the time we need.
he's all the time. Senator Murray, do you want to make a motion to?
Another bill behind us, Mr.
Yes, Senator Clayton's one is ready to come back now. That we had returned to.
We got two more.
And there's another besides that.
It's more appropriate, Mr. Will Temple, Mayor, pass over
All right, we'll temporarily pass over this if you all will get to the typing room and proceed.